She sat quietly, stroking the long, stiff hairs on her legs. It soothed her, this petting, while she waited for the animal. It wouldn't be long now. From here, she could see the flickerings of goings-on below, faint sounds, a flash of movement, the buzzing of familiar voices, rising and falling in an ancient cadence. And then, the sound of the new ones, drifting up and over like the frothy, sparkling foam of bubbles, riding over deep, churning water. They don't know our ways. How could they? They were delicate with a language that chirped and sang. They were restless and flitted from here to there as if constantly afraid of being caught. They had flitted here, to her ancient home, probably to avoid being caught by something, but she couldn't understand what. The new ones gestured and waved and twittered and fluttered, but it made no sense to her. At first, they thought the new ones were beautiful in a translucent sort of way, filmy and light. Soon enough, they began to seem breakable, dry twigs and weightless leaves carried by the breeze on a whim. She didn't like them, and it seemed they didn't like her, or the rest of her tribe. She thought they might be afraid because they judged them. They didn't know their ways. How could they? The time had come around to collect a new living place above the old and continue. They had all felt the light ancestors above resonate with the deep ground lines, drawing them, as it always did, to this place at this time. There could be no thought of not being here. It was ever so. It was simply the order of things. Yet after we had collected, and when we began to dig, to uncover the old living places, to bring the grandmothers up from the den of deep energy, as they must, to inhabit the new living place and radiate to the living, the new ones suddenly flew to a far corner and twittered, nervously waving their arms and fluttering. They were afraid of our slow and ancient ways, emerging from the chthonic world, ways tied to the subterranean from the beginning, dwelling in darkness to absorb the deep rhythms that throbbed in us. We emerge when we must, as now. We are not at home in the bright air as they are. They don't understand our ways. How could they? Fragile little flittery things. A rumbling began within her. The animal, she could feel it. She had lived 2 other lives in 2 other forms, and this would be her 3rd form and her 3rd life. She would be a grandmother. At last, she arched forward, bending almost in half. Her breath shuddered, ripples quaked to her furthest extremities. She heaved very slowly, once, twice, and her back split open to reveal the soft, silvery carapace unfolding that, once revealed, would harden and endure. Then she would return to the new living place, a new, pregnant, and hungry creature.